focus attention. Yeah? So you need to be able to focus your mind on what you are either listening or reading. So maybe if your mind is not so focused, you have to listen more often, more times. Then it will slowly penetrate. But if a person has a very sharp mind, he listens once, he might attain understanding and stream entry. So don't lose heart, just keep listening, keep investigating the suttas. Something will go in if you keep listening. Many years ago, after I became a monk, I gave Dhamma talks and I brought the CDs for my mother to listen. My mother is staying with my brother who is Catholic. So my sister played the CDs for my mother to listen. Few years later, I found when I talked to my brother, he talked about past life karma and all that. Then I know something went inside.
Bhante, just now Bhante mentioned that sometimes after listening to the Buddha's preaching, then the audience become the Aryans or Sotapanna. And then my question is, how do someone knows that he is a Sotapanna? Or maybe confirmed by his teacher or whatever like that?
That's a very good question. Just now, I mentioned in one sutta that the Buddha said, after a person listens to the Dhamma, he practices seclusion. And there are two types of seclusion: seclusion of body and seclusion of mind. So when a person understands the Dhamma, he sees impermanence. It's a little bit like a person who's told by the doctor that he has cancer, 6 months more to live. When a person hears that he has cancer, he gets a shock. And then he knows he has very little time left. Yeah? So he got to make the best use of his time. So in the same way, if a person listens to the Dhamma and understands, as the sutta says, impermanence, and once you understand impermanence, then you know your time is very limited, and you got to make the best use of your time. Then you start to withdraw from society. There is withdrawal of body. And then you lose interest in spending hours watching the TV or whatever you used to spend your time doing, enjoying yourself, all that, you start losing interest. Instead, you devote your time to yourself, listening to the Dhamma and practicing meditation, keeping your sila, and trying to change your bad habits. In Chinese we say 修行, 修行. A lot of people don't understand the meaning of 修行. They think it's just meditation. 修行is not meditation. 修行 means 修行為. 修行是修行為. Cultivating your character, cultivating your mind, cultivating yourself. In other words, getting rid of your bad habits, your unwholesome states of mind, and developing wholesome states of mind. That's why sometimes in the suttas it is said one of the characteristics of a Sotapanna is that person is very generous. He's no more selfish like before. A normal person now will be very selfish. Only think about yourself only. But when you realize that all beings are like you, all beings have their own suffering, then you become more sympathetic, more generous to people. And then you also realize, like the Buddha said in the suttas, every person you meet is most probably related to you in the past. Otherwise, you don't meet them in this world. There are how many billions of people? How many do you meet? You don't meet very many, yeah. Those that you meet have been associated with you in the past life. So that is the most important characteristics of Sotapanna, that he begins to withdraw from the world. Also, if that person really understands that Dhamma, then he starts to become very humble. There are some people, they say their teacher have certified that they are Sotapanna, and they want to tell everybody that they are Sotapanna. That is definitely not the characteristic of a Sotapanna. Humility, one of the yardsticks of how well the person practices is humility. The more humble the person is, his cultivation is the better. Okay?
Okay, one more last question.
Venerable, from your understanding of human nature, at the present time, is it easy to be a Sotapanna?
At the present time, it's more difficult because we have a lot of things to enjoy. If you go to a poor country, like say Myanmar or Thailand, the Kampong area, those people are very simple people because they are poor, and then you find that they can meditate better than you. Here we got so much distractions. We have internet, we have email, everything. So every day our mind is distracted. But if you have the good karma from the past life, then you should be able to focus your mind. It's very important to be able to focus your mind, because when you listen to Dhamma, what you have to do is focus your attention on what you are reading or what you are hearing. If you can focus, then you can understand. Sometimes I find when I tell somebody something, then I find the person does something different, Then I know that person didn't really get what I was trying to tell that person. It shows the mind is not focused.
Second question. In the world now, are there many Arya?
It is not difficult to find Sotapanna. A little bit more difficult to find Sakadagamin, but you still have, because first 3 jhanas is not so difficult to attain, but the 4th jhana is difficult to attain. So it's very difficult to find Anagamins and Arhants. But the trouble is nowadays, when you talk about jhana also, there are different jhanas. Depending on which jhana you are following, whether you are following the Buddha's jhana or some other jhana.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We're very grateful and thankful to Venerable Dhammavuddho for teaching us Dhamma this evening. As dutiful followers of the Buddha, I would like to offer requisites to the Sangha. Those at the back, you are welcome, or you are invited to partake in this offer. You can come forward, sir.
Can we just invite the Devas and Devis to rejoice with us? Can repeat after me. Itavata cha'amhehi Sambatang punya sampadang Sabbe deva Sabbe bhuta Sabbe satta Anumodantu Sabba sampati Siddhya